Christianity in Ethiopia is the country's largest religion, with members making up 68% of the population. Christianity in Ethiopia dates back to the ancient kingdom of Aksum, when the king Ezana first adopted the faith in the 4th century AD. This makes Ethiopia one of the first regions in the world to officially adopt Christianity. Various Christian denominations are now followed in the country. Of these, the largest and oldest is the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, an Oriental Orthodox church centered in Ethiopia. The Orthodox Tewahedo Church was part of the Coptic Orthodox Church until 1959, when it was granted its own patriarch by the Coptic Orthodox Pope of Alexandria and Patriarch of all Africa, Cyril VI. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church is one of the largest original and oldest Christian churches in Africa, only surpassed in age by the Church of the East, the Armenian Apostolic Church, the Syriac Orthodox Church, the Greek Orthodox Church, and the Coptic Church of Egypt. It has a membership of 32 to 36 million, the majority of whom live in Ethiopia, and is thus the largest of all Oriental Orthodox churches. Next in size are the various Protestant congregations, who include 13.7 million Ethiopians. The largest Protestant group is the Ethiopian Evangelical Church Mekane Yesus, with about 5 million members. Catholicism has been present in Ethiopia since the 19th century and numbers over 530,000 believers as of the 2007 census. In total, Christians make up about 63% of the total population of the country. Before the 4th century, a mixture of religions existed in Ethiopia, with parts of the population adhering to a religion that worshipped the serpent king Awe, and others adhering to what scholars call a Judaized form of religion. Although Christianity existed in the region long before the rule of King Ezana of Aksum, the religion took a strong foothold when it was declared a state religion in 330 AD. Rufinus of Tyre, a church historian, recorded a personal account, as did other church historians, such as Socrates of Constantinople and Sozomen. The Garima Gospels are thought to be the world's oldest surviving illuminated Christian manuscripts. The Syriac 9 Saints and Sadkan missionaries expanded Christianity far beyond the caravan routes and the royal court, through monastic communities and missionary settlements from which Christianity was taught. The efforts of these Eastern Rite Syriac missionaries from Assyria, Asia Minor and Aramea, Syria, facilitated the church's expansion deep into the interior and caused friction with the traditions of the local people. The Syriac Christian missions also served as permanent centers of Christian learning, in which Syriac-speaking monks finally began to translate the Bible and other religious texts from Greek and Aramaic into Ethiopic, so that their Ethiopian converts could actually read Scripture. These translations were vital to the spread of Christianity, no longer a religion for the small percentage of Ethiopians who could read Greek or Aramaic Syriac throughout Ethiopia. With the translation of Scripture into Ethiopic, allowing for common people to learn about Christianity, many of the local people joined the Syriac Christian missions and monasteries, received religious training through monastic rule based around communalism, hard work, discipline, obedience, and asceticism, and caused the growth of the church's influence, especially among young people who were attracted to the mystical aspects of the religion. Newly trained Ethiopian ministers opened their own schools in their parishes and offered to educate members of their congregations. Ethiopian kings encouraged this development because it gave more prestige to the Ethiopian clergy, attracting even more people to join, which allowed the church to grow beyond its origins as a royal cult to a widespread religion with a strong position in the country. By the beginning of the 6th century, there were Christian churches throughout northern Ethiopia. King Caleb of the Aksumite kingdom led crusades against Christian persecutors in southern Arabia, where Judaism was experiencing a resurgence that led to the persecution of Christians. King Caleb's reign is also significant for the spread of Christianity among the Agor tribes of central Ethiopia. In the late 16th century, Christianity spread among petty kingdoms in Ethiopia's west, like Enaria, Kaffa, or Garo. Christianity has also spread among Muslims. A 2015 study estimated some 400,000 Christians from a Muslim background in the country, most of them Protestants of some form. During the 6th century, the Patriarchate of Alexandria encouraged clerical immigration to Aksum and a program of careful recruitment of religious leaders in the kingdom to ensure that the rich and valuable diocese of Aksum remained under the control of the Alexandrian Patriarchate. The kings and bishops who encouraged these settlements assigned missionaries to appropriate areas in Aksum. They donated money to communities and religious schools while protecting their occupants from local anti-Christians. Students of the schools were recruited, ordained, and sent to work in parishes in new Christian areas. There is little evidence about the activities of the daily life of the early Aksumite Church, but it is clear that the essential doctrinal and liturgical traditions were established in the first 4 centuries of its creation. The strength of these traditions was the main driving force behind the Church's survival, despite its distance from its patriarch in Alexandria. With the emergence of Islam in the 7th century, Ethiopia's Christians became isolated from the rest of the Christian world. The head of the Ethiopian Church has been appointed by the Patriarch of the Coptic Church in Egypt, and Ethiopian monks had certain rights in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Ethiopia was the only region of Africa to survive the expansion of Islam as a Christian state. In 1441, some Ethiopian monks travelled from Jerusalem to attend the council in Florence, which discussed possible union between the Catholic and Greek Orthodox churches. The arrival of the Christian monks caused something of a sensation. It began 2 centuries of contact in which there were hopes to bring the Ethiopians into the Catholic fold. In 1554, Jesuits arrived in Ethiopia to be joined in 1603 by Pedro Paez, a Spanish missionary of such energy and zeal that he has been called the second apostle of Ethiopia. The Jesuits were expelled in 1633, which was then followed by 2 centuries of more isolation until the second half of the 19th century.